I used to have a big issue with self-diagnosing autism, but then I thought about it, and even though I am officially diagnosed by a psychologist, I was diagnosed based off of the conversation I had with her rather than the tests, the diagnostic tests that were developed for diagnosing autism. And it made me think about the conversation that I had with my psychologist where she was like, I didn't know. I didn't know right away if you were autistic. I really had to think about it. And she said she ultimately made her decision based off of the things that I told her, where she said that I told her that I felt like a bitch in high school, and a lot of autistic women experience that. But a lot of the things that I related to that made me believe I was autistic in the first place were things like alexithymia, which is delayed emotional processing, agoraphobia, not wanting to go outside because it's so intense. There's like, it's such a new environment, and it's like you want to stay inside. This incredible like a fatigue, autistic burnout, depression, anxiety, feeling like my bosses at work, I could never understand what they actually wanted from me. Feeling like I needed to put on a show like with my face because I had such a flat affect, eating the same thing every day. Those were things that we talked about that people know is, part of being autistic, but it wasn't necessarily a part of like the tests that I was taking. And it just like, it made me think that all the reasons why she ended up diagnosing me was from my own experience. I said my experience, and she was like, okay, yes, I think you're autistic. Which, even though that's like an official part of the diagnosis, that kind of is self-diagnosing a little bit. Okay? And especially because the diagnostic tools have been developed for young boys. And a lot of the like experiments that were done to develop these tools, most of the participants were boys. It makes me think, are these diagnostic tools adjusted for women? Do they have like, are they gonna find autism in be able to diagnose autism in women? And then there's just the other issue that getting diagnosed is so hard to do. It took me half a year to even find somebody, and then it took me half a year to get scheduled, and that is really lucky. And then on top of the fact of it being so expensive, getting an official diagnosis is, until it is made accessible and accurate, self-diagnosis, let me know what you think.